Hey, this is Fernando with H&G. Let me show you how we bought this house for 165,000. Put 55,000 and now we have it on the market for 365,000.
Tracks ringing in the dawn. Sweat and grit till the daylight's gone. Steel and dirt.
Good morning, everyone. Here I'm at another property which we just bought in New Jersey, 439 Boston Avenue. This is a house that we bought for 160,000. We're going to be flipping this house for 350, maybe 360. And we're going to just do a slight walkthrough of what we're doing. So one of the things that we're doing is we're just doing a light rehab on this house. Nothing too crazy, just because the comps don't really support demoing this house 100%. But we don't like to sell stuff that is not up to our standards. So right now we are just, the bathrooms, we're making them look pretty. The existing bathrooms, the kitchen, we're replacing the cabinets, doing new countertop, and we're fixing all the drywall. We're fixing everywhere the drywall needs to be fixed. We're also replacing the HVAC. This house had a boiler and an HVAC. We're doing a combo, 90%, 92% heater with a 3-ton condenser coil. We're replacing some of the ductwork that needs to be replaced. We're fixing the landscape. We're going to be changing the roof as well. And we replaced already all the windows that needed to be replaced. I love the trim on this property. I love the colonial style. So we are keeping the trim, and our painters are just gonna make them look nice and spray all the trim. We also removed the screening from the porch because it makes it look so much bigger than what it used to be. Trust me, it just before I couldn't even walk in this house. This was a hoarder house. They never dumped anything in the trash. They just never did anything to keep the house clean. So we had to dump, I think we did about 12 trucks. So here we go. We're gonna just do walk through on the exterior of the property, and I'm going to explain what we have done so far. A couple of the upgrades that we did in the front of the house is we replaced light fixtures, we added shutters. I love this color because it goes well with black and the ceiling. We fixed all of those, painted the original siding, and it looks fantastic. I love the way the feel of this kitchen. This is one of the areas that I focus the most in the houses, just because when people are gonna buy a house, ladies do look at the kitchen. If you got high ceilings, 42-inch high cabinets, they're the must that you should do. And then even though we like sometimes put a microwave over top of the stove, we end up putting a range hood. It looks better. I like the feel of it. And when people come in, this is the first thing they see. So you want to make sure that you get your best impression over here in the kitchen. This is the area that I love in the house. Living room, dining room, kitchen, they flow very well. We refinished the floors and the moldings in this house. It shows character. And this is the original floors since 1955. I just like to keep them and make them look as best as we can. And people love that. We didn't have the space where to put the washer and dryer. So we end up putting it in a half bathroom. Even this is not usual. You have what the people are looking for. Once you have your washer and dryer, it just gives purpose to the area. The bathroom was too big anyways. So I believe this is a good area for it. Some people might not like it, but you tell me.
So this is one of the two rehab bathrooms in the house. What we did in this bathroom is we added tile on the shower walls and the floor and new fixtures. This creates value and it makes the bathroom looks more modern.
Also, one of the things that we're doing at Boston Avenue is we're painting the original railing. Why are we keeping mostly original? In this neighborhood right here that you see, we have a bunch of houses that look the same and they're mostly original. So yeah, you can make it look 100% modern. You can make it so the house changes in the outside, but you want to keep how the neighborhood looks. If the neighbor looks right, let's say you're at a crappy neighborhood that looks horrible, then no, you don't want to keep that. But if the house looks really nice or the neighborhood looks really nice and the house that you just bought has the potential to look nice with what you have, just restore it. There's restoring, it might take you a little more, but money wise it's not going to take you the same amount of money. It will cost you less. When you're demoing a property, when you're demoing removing all the drywall or the plaster, and if you can fix it, you're just doing an adding cost to the project that I wouldn't recommend if it could be if you can actually make it look really nice. My drywall guys did a phenomenal job doing this house, because this house we didn't remove the original drywall. In some of the parts we had plaster as well. So what we did was we did what is called level 1 in the walls and ceilings, and they did a phenomenal job. You can't tell that this is old.
So we came over to the store already and we're looking for the paint that we purchased from Lowe's for exterior and interior. It's a product, I think it's a base from Sherwin-Williams, but it's a really good product. And over here, we come here now instead of Sherwin-Williams just because we get 25% off any paint purchase we do. So it's a no-brainer. So we're looking for a exterior semi-gloss, and it's this can particularly that we're looking for. Also, this Vaspar paint and primer is from the same with the base. It equals out to Promar 200 if you buy in Sherwin-Williams, and it covers the same flat interior.
So like I was telling you, this is phenomenal. Just having a commercial account in one of this big buck store works. I just got to the paint to go to paint my 2 cans of paint. And so I got the 2 cans of paint. They're there. I have this and this that I paid for. And since we have a commercial account over here, they were like, oh, you have additional points. Do you want to use them? And I just said, oh yeah. So here you got the points, which we used $148 on a credit. We have set $20.28 savings. We didn't pay a dime.
If you see the stereo in the house, this is an area that I'd like, and it's a main focal point. It's the hallways to the bedrooms. So what we did was we refinished the trim, the existing trim, and refinished the floors. Just because when somebody's buying this type of house, this is what they expect to see. And we didn't have to buy it. It was here. Just get a good painter, and they would do a good job for you and make it look good as new. So when we bought the house, it had a homemade door, and this is the backyard of the house. So to create easy access to whoever buys the house, we install a regular metal door that it would have better value to whoever buys the house. It's just those little things, people do look at them, and those are features to help you sell the house. So right now, I want to show you, we replaced the condenser. Why we replaced the condenser?
because when you're flipping a house, it's very important that you think as a buyer. So if you come to buy a house, you want to see that you're comfortable. You want to, you don't want to be hot. So when you replace the condenser, people find value at that because they're not going to have a problem with the mechanicals at all when they're brand new. Plus, they have 5-year manufacturer warranty. So that's something that's going to always make the difference when you're going to sell them. One of the features that I love the most about this house is that the parking spot of the house is in the back of the house. It's in the back of the property. So you come through an alley and you come into the garage. I love it for privacy, so nobody knows if you're home. I think it's ideal. Also, this garage had doors that were made in 1975. So when we bought it, that was something that I hated the most. So we ended up putting a regular garage door because it serves purpose. It shows a little more character. It gives a different vibe. So I'm always looking for that. What would somebody feel if they see that? So we changed the garage door. We did the concrete. We did the concrete pad outside. I think it brought value, and then you can use the garage because before it was just a dirt floor inside. Always think, like, what would you like? And I can't stress this enough. If you're a buyer or you're going to flip a house and you're walking through to see what could create more value, look for those items. Even this at appraisal probably don't generate as much value if they're measuring square footage inside the house. It creates value for a buyer. So if you're a buyer and you got kids and you want them to park inside and you want to park your vehicle in the garage and the garage is not usable, it doesn't create any value. So think of it as, if I'm going to buy this house, what would create value? What would I appreciate? So one of the things that I believe that people would appreciate would to have a usable garage. By coming through the back alley, getting in your garage, having a concrete floor that you can utilize it, it gives value. So it might not create a lot of monetary value, like I said before, but it would to a buyer because it would matter to them. And if it matters to them, you sold your house. Hey, if you want to learn how to invest, give us a call, text us, email us, leave a comment. We will do our best to get back to you. Remember, this is Fernando with H&G. Faith over fear is what matters.
Tracks ring ringing in the dawn. Sweat and grit.